Mindful Pet Owner. Today we're going to be talking all about PPE and how to get your pets used to seeing it on a daily basis. Okay, so let's start from the start. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is becoming just a normal part of our daily lives no matter where we are, which means your dogs are going to be getting exposed to it a lot more often, and it needs to become a non-event for them. So we don't want it to be any source of fear or anxiety for them. Depending on where they are, the amount of PPE that a person might be wearing is going to be extremely different. And for example, at the moment, if your pet needs to go to the vet, even just to get their annual vaccinations, they're going to be faced with staff members that are having masks on. Potentially they're going to have visors on, they'll be wearing gloves, potentially either coveralls or plastic aprons. So not only is it just a mask, they can actually have a lot more PPE that they're going to be coming in contact with, which can make just an event that's already can be a little bit anxiety inducing for some dogs going to the vets. It can make it just that little bit more daunting for them because they're faced with humans who look very different to what they're used to. So the big issue with masks is that they do cover a large proportion of our face. So our dogs actually can read our facial expressions. And with a mask covering up a large portion of your face, they're not going to be able to read your facial expressions as well. So while a happy, friendly, smiley face can be something that makes them feel more comfortable, they're not able to experience that now. The other thing we need to take into account is that just the different colours, the different sizes, the different shapes, but they also muffle what we're saying. So we need to make sure that we're talking a little bit louder and a little bit clearer for them because they won't hear things as well. Because of the mask, it just muffles everything that we say. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through with the girls just steps that you can do to get your dogs more comfortable with different types of PPE, and just a step-by-step process to do that, because we don't want to push them too far and make them scared of PPE or scared of people who are wearing PPE. So you don't have to rush out and get a whole lot of PPE to practice this. A lot of people at this point will have a lot of this at home anyway. So you've got different types of masks. So you can have the medical grade mask, which I was wearing earlier. Otherwise, if someone in the house likes to paint, DIY, you might have a mask like this, or even a mask like this. If you don't have any kinds of masks at home, you can also just use like a scarf wrapped around this part of your face as part of it, because with practice, dogs will be able to generalize just dealing with people with parts of their faces that are covered up. Next will be gloves. So most households will have some form of gloves in the house. So even if it's not the disposable ones, I've got gardening gloves, I've got dishwashing gloves. If you've been to the snow, you might have cold weather gloves. So you don't have to have specific PPE to be able to do this kind of process with your dog. Again, with aprons, you don't have to have the disposable ones. You might have a cooking apron. Lots of different people, have different types of aprons. So you don't need specific PPE to be able to practice the process. That's the main thing. They can learn to generalize. Okay, so I've got Daphne, who is super excited to be here. Now that's because I've got treats. The one thing I did forget to mention is that you need to have delicious treats for this process. That is the key, because what we're trying to do is associate potentially scary items with something that they love, something that is rewarding for them. Daphne just sees her kibble and that's all she wants, so we'll see. She's not a performing monkey, so we will see how she goes with everything. So first step, depending on your dog, will determine how quickly or slowly or how far away you need to start with the PPE. But really the first process is just popping it up near them so they can have a really good sniff of it. Daphne apparently really doesn't care, but what we want to do is just make sure that we're treating them. nice, good girl. So she went for a little sniff near the mask, and I've marked that with her marker word nice. You have another sniff? Nice, good girl. So she's even got got her paw on it. you just want your kibble. What about here? Good girl. So she doesn't seem too worried. She's just completely disengaged from the mask, which is great. That's what I want. So next thing, I will just pick it up a little bit, move it around. Nice, Daffy. Good girl. So again, good girl. Nice. So she's able to sit down. She's disengaged from the mask. So the mask for her, this is her first time really being exposed to a mask. This is a non-event. All she sees is her kibble. So you can already see that her priorities, this isn't an issue for her. Good, nice. So I do want to just try and get her attention. Daffy, nice. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. So really, if your dog was having trouble being near it or smelling it, you just need to take your time. This is not a process that we want to be done quickly. We don't want to push them too far. If you go to the next step and they're struggling a little bit, then you need to go back to the previous step that they were comfortable with and slowly progress forward. You don't care. Scrunchy, scrunchy? No? Nice, good girl. Okay, so next step from here, we'll just be putting it onto one ear. We don't want to go straight to covering our face. Good girl, nice. You say you don't even care. Look at mummy's face. Yeah, no, you don't care. Good girl. So again, if they were starting to be a little bit wary at this stage, you would take it slowly. Next step from here. Oh, what's that? What is that? Nice, good girl. Does they look a little bit strange? Good girl. Nice, good girl. Oh, you're right. What do you think? Look here, Daffy. You don't care. It's just a non-event. You can see that with nice rewarding treats, she's that close to my face with a mask on. She just doesn't even care. Good girl. Nice. Good job. Really good. Now again, you just want to practice taking it on and off. Good cow, nice. Pop it back on again. Non-event, which is exactly what we're looking for. Yeah. Take it off again. Nice, good girl. Gonna put it on again. Nice, good job. You might just hang it down here. Good girl. Good job. Daffy. Oh, honey, you gotta come back. I know you're the star of the show. Come on. Back up here. Good girl. Good job. Like a true star of the show, diva. Good job. Good girl. Again, non-event. You just want to take it nice and slow. As I said, Daphne is not great with novelty. She's not great with things that are out of her routine. But she's highly food driven. So she's responded really well for the first time with her using a mask. So if you've got multiple types of mask at home, then I would absolutely recommend trying with multiple types of masks so they can get used to different ones. What's that one? Oh, good, nice, good girl. So any interaction with the mask, you want to mark it and reward that. What do you think? Again, no, it's fine. It's nothing, is it? Nothing. Nice, good girl. So these ones are a little bit harder. There's no real halfway with these ones, so you kind of just need to pop them on. What do you think, Daff? Don't care. What do you reckon? No? Good girl. Good job. Nice. Good girl. And again, just practice taking on and off, because sometimes the movement with the mask, nice, can be more scary than the mask being on itself, but she's going really well. So what I would say with all your different types of PPE, with your gloves, I garden a lot, so the girls are used to seeing me in gloves, but seeing me in a combination of gloves, a mask and an apron could be a bit daunting. So I would get them used to each individual item by themselves, and then 2 items at the one time, and slowly work up to putting them on. Don't go straight from, okay, well, they're great with gloves alone, they're great with a mask alone, I'll go straight in with both of those items on. No, you want to start from the start with your different combinations of the products. If you've got, I don't have a visor, but again, we've got some goggles that we use when we're like sanding or painting. These will be another thing that can be similar to a face visor that you can use. But really, that's the process. You need to have lots of good treats or kibble. As I said, Daphne is really food motivated. That's all her eyes are on right now. So I don't need to use any high value treats, but for more nervous dogs, or if they're not handling it, then make sure you've got your high value treats available. But that's it really. Oh, good girl. That's nice. Calm behavior. Good girl. Good job. Now, so as far as with your dog, if you're looking for signs of them feeling uncomfortable, sometimes they can be really subtle. So it may be that you put a mask near them and they look the other direction. It could be that they do a little bit of a lip lick, or it could be that they yawn. They won't always necessarily back away or move away from the item. So if you introduce any of these things, or you go to the next stage of introduction and you notice that they're avoiding eye contact with the item, if they're lip licking, if they're yawning, ears are down, any changes in their behavior, they're telling you that they're not quite comfortable. You need to take a step back and then slowly work back up to the stage where they started to show those signs. So again, first step, introducing the mask. Oh, you knocked it off. What do you think? Nice, good girl. Nice. Oh, you licked it for me too. Thank you. Nice. Good girl. Nice. Good girl. All right, so I'm going to pick it up. Do you think another lick? Good girl. So there's no lip licking, no yawning. She's not avoiding eye contact with the object. She's licking her lips because she's eating, and she's had a few licks of my mask as well. What do you think? Yeah, not a big deal, no? A little bit. Good girl, nice. So again, she's handling this extremely well, so we're just gonna go on one ear. Vicky, look. Look. You're not gonna look, Vicky. Oh, you say, I want treats, Mum. What do you think? Nice. Slowly bring it up. Vicky. Nice, good girl. Again, non-event, we've got these treats here and all is dead except for the treats. What do we think? Hi, nice, good girl. Again, nice and close to the mask. What do you think? You say you just want the treats, yeah? Good girl. So I'm just gonna pull it down. Nice, good girl. We're gonna go up again. Vicky, look. Nice, hello. You say she's completely disengaged from the mask, which is exactly what you want. Yeah, good girl. You say the mask is not an issue. Yum, yum, yum. Good girl. Nice. Pop it back there. Non-issue. Didn't move at all when the mask has gone down near her foot. This thing is a non-issue for you, isn't it? And that's what we want. We don't want them to be scared of it at all. Good girl. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you have any questions at all about the process, or if you're having trouble with certain stages, please just comment below the video and I'd be happy to help you out. All right, we'll see you next time.